I don't care is because everybody has an opinion, number one. Number two, I get paid for mine. Number three, and most importantly, it's my opinion based on the facts as presented. I'm not getting personal, I'm not deriding or denigrating anybody. I'm just calling it like I see it when asked, or when it's part of my job.
Did you ever win it?
I personally thought Manny put it out, and I feel like he deserved to win.
From fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm always like, the judges need to get it right in every scenario.
Stephen A. Smith made it clear he believes Manny Pacquiao did more than enough to earn the win over Mario Barrios. He criticized the judges, calling the result a robbery and saying the outcome doesn't sit right with him, as Pacquiao clearly outperformed Barrios. Bobby Pacquiao echoed that sentiment, expressing surprise at the decision and questioning what the judges were watching to score a draw. While Bobby firmly believes Manny deserved the win, he acknowledged the unfortunate reality that they must accept the result, even if it feels unjust and disappointing to both fans and boxing insiders alike.
Why do you think the judges saw it the other way for the draw?
I'm a long time. I'm a fighter also. I'm a fighter. 14 years in the ring, 14 years in the ring. But I know the score. The score. There's many judges, but I'm surprised that the decision is like that. I'm surprised, but anyway, the judges' decision is now. Let's accept. I will accept the decision.
Do you want to see your brother keep fighting?
Right now, just focus on fighting.
In a post-fight interview, rising star Kermel Martin weighed in on the controversial result of the Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios bout. Martin firmly stated he believed Pacquiao won. Though he acknowledged the official ruling of a draw, his remarks highlight the widening gap between fan perception and judge scoring. Martin also suggested a rematch is unlikely, deepening the disappointment surrounding the fight's outcome, considering Pacquiao's age and Barrios' position as a reigning champion. The result not only stunned fans, but also seemingly ended hopes for what many saw as a potential fairy tale comeback for the boxing legend.
Some fans here with Kamelmo and Kamel. Just seen a draw between Pacquiao and Barrios tonight. What do you think?
It was a great fight, and Pacquiao put on a hell of a performance, and it's much respect to Barrios as well. It takes two to tango, so it's just an overall great fight.
Did you ever win it?
I personally thought Manny put it out, and I feel like he deserved to win. But it's boxing, and I'm not mad at the draw either.
Do you see a rematch, or do you think they should both fight other people?
I don't think I want to see a rematch. Manny did. It was a great fight. I think we should just leave it at that. I would like to see Pacquiao and Mayweather too. That's really the fight I want to see. And
Kamel and the undercard.
Definitely, absolutely. Yeah, that'd be a huge card.
What do you think of Barrios in that?
I don't know. I think Pacquiao's style was kind of throwing him off. I've heard a lot of very skilled fighters.
Managing expectations was always going to be tough for 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. People often overlook how age impacts speed, reflexes, and power. But despite being past his prime, Manny delivered a performance that exceeded what many anticipated.
Now, last night was not a great fighter in his prime. He was a great fighter who was just a good fighter who was still a better fighter than the world champion at the time. He was so great in his prime that when he came down levels to being good, he's still better than the good ones. He's still the goodest. That's what you saw, and the fact that when he was fighting in his era, his rivals were also watching that car go by every 3 or 4 months, 2 times a year at 200 miles an hour and catching more glimpses of it. But these young fighters ain't even watching that, bro. Even if they're watching it, they're not living it. They're not studying it. They're worried about their contemporaries and rivals. So for him, this was like, what is going on? The amount of adjustments that he needed to make, the southpaw, the in and out, the awkward angles, the underneath right jab, like all of this shit is like, wait a minute, what is going on here? And that was a lesson for a young fighter that really he had a privilege to learn. He got a gift last night. Barrios will be better from this fight forward than he would ever have been without it. Let me tell you that. This is what happens when you have a phenomenal, unique, absolute anomaly in the sport. That's what Pacquiao is. That's what he proved last night. I'm always the guy who cries when someone is robbed and when the fighter who should have his hand raised doesn't get it raised. And it's a crime to me to steal these from fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm always like, the judges need to get it right in every scenario.
Manny Pacquiao's ring IQ, footwork, and unshakable heart carried him through each round, offering glimpses of the legendary fighter who once dominated multiple weight classes. Despite being 46 and well past his prime, Pacquiao managed to control key moments in the fight against a much younger Mario Barrios. Fans and analysts alike were impressed by his ability to dictate the pace and land sharp combinations, proving that while he wasn't in peak form, he still deserved immense respect. However, the post-fight reaction was explosive. The boxing world erupted in outrage after the judges ruled the bout a draw. One of the loudest voices came from BKS Secret Sports on X, whose viral post declared that Pacquiao had been robbed and had clearly outboxed Barrios. Thousands of fans echoed the sentiment, venting their frustration across social media. One fan wrote, "Pacquiao just got robbed. Wow." He completely dominated Barrios. He threw better combos, entertained the crowd more, and was clearly the better fighter tonight. Super rigged. Others emphasized that Barrios had little to no impact on the match, while Manny consistently landed cleaner, more effective punches and showed superior ring generalship. Even though some critics argued that Manny didn't push for a knockout or fade in later rounds, the majority agreed his performance was anything but passive. His movement, accuracy, and control left many wondering how the judges could possibly see it as even. Regardless of age, Manny looked like the clear winner in the eyes of countless fans and experts alike.
Okay. I thought Manny won.
Last round I gave it to Barrios. The last 5 rounds.
Yeah, I had the same way.
I thought Barrios was going to take it, but I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well,
Great job by Manny Pacquiao, 46 years old.
4 years old, 46. And you know boxing, so people can't say that you're biased or you're just not straight. I think he's
age,
regardless.
It's not the money that we used to know, but thank God he didn't lose.
No, he didn't lose. It was close to Denver. He didn't lose. Bradley won. He didn't lose. And tonight he didn't lose.
One furious fan didn't hold back after the decision was announced, voicing outrage that echoed thousands around the world who felt the scoring was completely unjust. He blasted the judges on social media, saying, "The judges in Las Vegas must be on drugs, maybe even paid under the table." According to him, Pacquiao clearly dominated Barrios, winning 11 out of 12 rounds, if not all of them. Many analysts supported this frustration, scoring the fight round by round and agreeing that Manny decisively won at least 6 rounds. He consistently landed clean shots, used his signature speed, and delivered crowd-pleasing combinations. Even Barrios, in his post-fight interview, admitted that Pacquiao still packs surprising power and remains an elite-level fighter. What stung most for fans was how close the official scorecards were. Just one more round in Manny's favor would have given him the win. For many, that slim margin made the outcome feel like a robbery rather than a fair draw.
Have to face. And then all of a sudden, Manny just starts cooking. He's just like, and Freddie said it, like he has this good 6th round, and Freddie was just like, you get him with a 5-punch combination, I think you can get him out of here. Now, I don't know if he was ever at that point. I can't say that Barrios was ever really in danger, but I think Freddie was right. Like, I just think that if Manny showed the threat, I just think it froze Barrios for all these rounds. And so he had a run of like 4 straight. And at my point, he's up on the scorecards, 87-84, which meant in my mind. And I was pretty in line with the TV broadcast. I think that we had a little bit of a swing on 8. I think 8 was a little closer, or 9 was a little closer, excuse me. But all he needed was one more round. And and mind you, I bet on him, but I was like, Barrios comes out in the 10th. His trainer's like, hey man, you can't respect this this guy. And it's tough because Manny pulls these tricks like where he's like trying to delay coming out of the ring because his tape's messed up, or he's like messing with the guy saying, hey, you're hitting me low, and even the ref would be like, Manny, I'll determine if he's hitting low. But he's so charming, you just look at him. But Barrios coming down that 10th has some really good body work, and you're like, all right, I think he took that one. So then it's 96-94. Get to the next round, Barrios, he has some that was the closest that you could have probably leaned Pacquiao, in my mind. But Barrios had some flurries. It just looked like he was getting better up. And it kind of looked like Manny was starting to wear down a little bit. It just looked like he didn't have... Because I think it's just at 46. I just don't think he has those combinations in the same way. Super entertaining. Had the time of my life watching him because he didn't embarrass himself. And I know a lot of people, I think the vast majority of people think that he won. I think the reaction to everybody was like, Barrios, you can mess with a 46-year-old? Like, Manny. They always say, like, oh, you got to beat the champ. It's a stupid thing. I hate that, but people believe in that. Oh, you got to take off. I think a lot of people thought of, like, hey, you got to annihilate a 46-year-old or the 46-year-old should.
Before returning to the ring, Manny Pacquiao faced skepticism from fans and boxing experts alike. Many questioned the wisdom of fighting at 46, especially against a younger, more active opponent. But Pacquiao silenced the doubts. He went the distance and looked sharp throughout the bout. His footwork remained crisp, his conditioning was impressive, and his timing stayed true to form. Rather than being a farewell fight filled with regret, the performance became a powerful reminder of his greatness. It was a legacy-defining moment. Proof that even at his age, Manny still deserves to be mentioned among boxing's active elite.
Guys, I'm going to try and articulate what I've just seen to you, but it's really, really hard because when something defies logic and something defies what you were expecting, going into this fight, I was more worried about Manny Pacquiao's health rather than whether or not I thought he could win this fight. So to watch it and watch something quite incredible, I'm really going to struggle through this video. I've got a couple of interesting things to say. I've got a few insights to give to you. But the number one thing people that are clicking on this video who haven't seen the fight will probably be thinking is, was this legitimately a draw? And I'm going to try and answer that question for you in this video. Hello everyone and welcome back to A Guy Called Henry. This is my instant reaction to Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. So please smash a like on this video, subscribe to A Guy Called Henry if you're new, and get your comment in the comment section below. Do you think that Pacquiao won this fight? What do you think he should do next? Guys, I cannot believe what I've just seen. I'm absolutely blown away. I'm so impressed. Manny Pacquiao at 46 years old had come back in the ring, and he would have broken the record as the oldest champion of all time, I believe. He would have broken his own record at the very least as the oldest welterweight champion of all time. And coming into this, I suspected that he had absolutely no chance. I thought after the Ruki Ampo fight that I saw, after the fact that he lost 4 years ago, I think it was, to Ordenis Ugas, who Barrios had beaten, I don't think there was any chance of him winning this fight. But sometimes there's people out there that just defy everything you think you know. And I thought this fight was a gimmick. I thought this fight was a joke. And I can understand why people will question the credibility and the legitimacy of this result, because it is that mind-blowing. But go and watch this fight for yourself. See it with your own eyes. Manny Pacquiao was very good in there. He was very good in there. Is he the prime Pacquiao of old? No. His prime Pacquiao of old would have absolutely destroyed Barrios tonight. But Manny Pacquiao legitimately did well in that fight. Do I agree with the scorecard? I'm going to let you know what my scorecard was at the end of this video, but just talking in terms of what was happening in there. It was an interesting fight where Barrios was trying to use straight punches to keep Manny at bay, and he tried to counterpunch Manny. Manny would do his classic lunging in that he'd always do, and as he'd land those shots or hit the guard, Barrios looked to counter him immediately with straight shots. He'd also throw hooks to the body of Manny and straight to the body of Manny. Manny used a few veteran tactics in there to try and navigate those difficult rounds and say, oh, it's a bit low, it's a bit low.
Former champion Fernando Vargas gave an honest assessment of Manny Pacquiao's performance. While he acknowledged that Manny clearly wasn't his prime, he praised the veteran's heart and determination. Vargas noted that Pacquiao gave everything he had in the ring, though the official result was disappointing. He believed fans were grateful just to see Manny back in action.
I didn't like the decision.
You know,
Did you think it was a draw?
I thought it was a draw.
You thought it was a draw?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. He's bet on a draw, so he thought it was a draw too.
Yeah, I thought it was a draw.
Why did you think it was a draw?
It's a
went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Did you like what you saw from Manny Senior? Did you like how he fought? Who? Senior. Sorry, Manny. Oh yeah, definitely great. I mean, you can tell that he's not 100% like he used to be, because you know it showed that he was not as quick as he was once, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, Manny did his thing though.
But I think Pacquiao still put on, man. You saw, whether you're a Filipino, Mexican, you saw boxing, and I think that's what boxing is missing. You know, just the heart. You know, you see flashbacks of Pacquiao, Pereira. I liked it. The fans were good. I didn't. I thought Barrios won, I'm gonna be honest. I thought he edged it out because you gotta like legitimately be the champ to, you know what I'm saying? And he was fighting for the belt, so, you know, my respects to Manny. I mean, he's 47 years old, and it's like, the way he's doing and how he looked, I mean, I take my hat off.
Boxing insider, journalists, and retired professionals took to social media to express disappointment over the fight's outcome. Many agreed that Pacquiao had won more rounds than the judges credited him for. Analysts dissected the bout frame by frame, highlighting Manny's clean punches and control of the pace as clear advantages. The frustration wasn't limited to casual fans. It was shared by respected voices within the sport. The controversy has reignited calls for judging reform, especially when public perception sharply contrasts with the official scorecards.
Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios fight to a majority draw. The one judge gave it in favor of Barrios, 115-113. My thoughts on this one: I thought Pacquiao did enough. I thought he did enough. Pacquiao did a good amount of work leading up, and it looked like going those final 3 rounds, 10, 11, 12, Pacquiao had a good lead. Barrios needed the final 3 to be able to make a draw in this fight. The judges thought he did that. I personally didn't. Now, I'm not gonna lie, before the final round, I checked the live odds of Manny Pacquiao. He was a massive favorite to win this fight. Now, I think that there's a slight robbery here. The fans thought so too. And let's not lie, Manny Pacquiao is 46 years old. He is 46. So first, for him to step in there and go the distance with the champion of his old division is so impressive. I don't care what you think of Barrios. Manny Pacquiao is a warrior for stepping in there tonight. 46 years old, and he takes the champion to a majority draw in a fight where many will say that he did enough to get that nod. I think I would love to see him maybe try it again. I think Pacquiao deserved the win here. What do we think? Thoughts on the fight?
Boxing experts were quick to criticize the result, labeling it unfair and disappointing. Many believe Manny Pacquiao had done enough to secure the win and make history at age 46. They argued the judge's decision didn't reflect what actually unfolded in the ring, and called for serious reform in how elite-level championship fights are scored. On social media, fans echoed the outrage, insisting Pacquiao outclassed Barrios, especially given the age gap. Many were also frustrated by Barrios' lack of aggression, saying he failed to rise to the occasion. The draw once again sparked debate over the sport's credibility.
The Manny Pacquiao event versus Mario has officially finished and left a lot of fans disappointed in Las Vegas. The fight took place in the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, and it ended in a majority draw. I was reading some of the comments, and a lot of people were saying that Pacquiao got robbed on the fight. Other people were saying that Mario was taking it easy on Manny Pacquiao. And remember, Floyd Mayweather said, if this man right here got the W, that he was going to give him a rematch. But since it's a draw now, we don't know what's going to happen there. After seeing the fight, I did see that Manny still had his combination punches, and he still has that speed that he's known for. Mario wasn't throwing that many punches, and he didn't seem to be all there. But for the people that saw the fight, let me know what you guys think. Do you think Manny won or Mario? In today's time, it's actually very difficult to tell who's out there to really win that W or who's there just to throw in the towel real quick and get that paycheck. I blame Jake Paul for this. But I'm very curious to know, what are your thoughts about all this down below in the comments? And like always, don't forget to follow for more Viral News. Ciao, Pescado.
While there's ongoing debate about whether Manny Pacquiao did enough to secure a clear win, many shifted their attention to Mario Barrios' disappointing performance. Despite being a younger and more active fighter, Barrios failed to push the pace or leave a meaningful mark on the fight. His lack of aggression and limited offensive output surprised both fans and analysts. Some speculated he may have been too respectful of Manny's legacy or hesitant to attack a living legend. Regardless of the reason, Barrios' passive approach made it hard to justify the draw, leaving many to question how such a result was even possible.
So yeah, everybody, so this is Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. So yeah, everybody, Manny Pacquiao, this ended the draw. So yeah, this was a good fight, very good fight. I thought Pacquiao ended it based off, I don't know, maybe eye-catching work, but Barrios was, I would say, was slipping away halfway through 6-7, around that there, and then he came back in the last couple of rounds, but at the same time, I think Pacquiao did enough to win the fight. But it was a great fight, everybody. Manny Pacquiao looked far from done in this fight. He looked fantastic, looked like Father Time didn't beat him, and he was quite impressive tonight. And more impressive than the expedition he did face in Japan not too long ago. It was a great fight. Unfortunately, no win put down to either fighter. It was a draw. The second draw for Barrios too. His last draw was from the Abdul Ramos. So yeah, so this was a great fight, everybody. What do you guys think about it? I thought it was a very, very good fight.
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned.